Okay, this is part 3 of the Cribbage cross-check program. So in part 2, we just finished up doing the cross-check of the entire tournament, and you can see from here everything's green, everything's been checked completely. So on this one, we're going to look at taking pictures, and we're also going to add some icons, and then also lock the tournament so we can't change it anymore. So the first one, this information up here, this is actually kind of old, so I'm just going to change. We used to play in a different place, so this tournament was actually from a year ago. So let's go ahead and change the date. So the tournament that I did was, let's see, February 21st. So we're just changing the date here. And you can see how it just updates right here. We actually changed locations a year ago. So I'm going to change the venue. So last year we played at this place. No, it was actually a different city also. So let's go ahead and change this one. Okay, so now that's all changed up here. There's another thing you can do too is add a picture. So if you just click on the camera, it'll just bring up, usually it will bring up the camera. I'm doing this on the computer, so it just brings up some images from that the computer has. So I'm not even sure what these pictures are, but it's just something that the computer has. So let's just pick this waterfall. Okay, so now we got a nice picture of a waterfall on here. Usually I just pick some of the pictures from the tournament. I'll just take a picture, just a candid photo of people playing or something like that. Something just to document. Now let's go on one of the cards and come back. You can see how our picture's been saved. All of our information has been saved. And if you click on the picture, you have these different options. So say let's pretend that we chose a picture we didn't like. We can just say delete the picture. And it just confirms you want to delete it. Now it just goes back to the little image here. Asks you to see if you want to take another picture. So let's just take a picture of the beach instead. So now we have the beach photo on there. Now if you click it and you say view photo, it gives you a nice picture that you can look at. Okay, let's go to the individual cards here. I'm just going to go to my card. And what I can do, let's go to Mike's. I've actually already done mine. So if we go to Mike's card, we can take a picture on this one also. Now usually what I do, let me hit cancel, is I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I'll take a picture of the physical card itself. And that kind of helps document. Some people like seeing a digital card. Some people like seeing a physical card. So with this one, you can actually take a picture of the physical card, and then there's no discrepancies later on. So maybe you had typed in some information incorrectly, or maybe you just want to have a record of the actual cards themselves. So if you take a picture here, we're just going to take a picture of the beach again. I can't use the camera on my computer here, but if you're using your iPad or your phone, you're able to do that. So if you take a picture of the actual card, you'll have that. And that's going to be, let's see, we'll go back to Mike's card here. So now that the digital card, you can actually see a picture of the actual card. Let's pretend that's actually one of the cards there. And my card, see, it's something different. So you can actually have a picture of every person's card and save all that information. So that comes in really handy. Okay. Okay, next what I'm going to do is for the seat information. So what I'm doing here is, this is kind of a different way. If you start a tournament and you know where everyone's sitting at, then at the end of the tournament you don't have to enter their names on the cards. You can put it in beforehand and then save all the information. So another thing you can do here too is put in the ACC numbers. So I know what mine is here. Let me just type mine in. So if you click it, I'm just going to type this in 6681 and save it. And then if you click down here, you can see that that's been saved. Let me go ahead and change my icon also. Now the icon, I think I put 256 of them in here, so there's quite a few you can choose from. And I'll put a snowman on here. Okay, so once you have something that's kind of fun, you can save it. And then if I go back to my card, now I'll see that now my ACC number is here, and then my little icon is there. Now that icon is just for this tournament only, because sometimes, like if you're feeling lucky with the snowman, say I start winning the snowman, then you can change it for each tournament. So I didn't want to, if I change it for here, if I look at another tournament, then that icon might be different for myself. So, but for any future tournaments, it's going to be that same icon. So it's kind of like using pegs. You might use some that are an icon that's fun, or let people kind of choose if they want to have a different icon. So let me go back. I like the B. So let me go down here and change this to the B. I'll put him on there. We'll save it. I'm going to go back to my card. And there's my B right there. So that's kind of a fun way, like for people to customize their cards. So you can kind of ask them what they want or walk through it with them. That's usually what I do. It's like for Mike, he said he liked the scorpion. For Tina, I didn't ask her. That comes up. For Rose, she liked the moon. John liked the owl, stuff like that. Okay, now once everything's all done, then what you want to do is you want to lock the tournament. And when you lock the tournament, you just click on the settings button right here. It's asking if you want to lock it. And once you lock it, you can't unlock it. So it's just saying, okay, just note, no more changes can be made. And this is nice because people can look at it and they can't change the results. So every time you enter a tournament, when you're completely done with it and you don't want to change it anymore, just lock it. And then I just said, are you sure? So let's just dismiss it. We can cancel it. Or if we're very sure, just click this button to completely lock it. And it's going to take a couple seconds. Okay, now it's completely locked. So now I've got a little lock function down here. If I try to click on the photo, it's only going to show me. It won't let me change anything. Okay, now keep an eye on the lock down here. If I try to change any of this information, it's just going to say it's locked. I can't do it. Okay, go to a card and try to change something. See, now it's locked down here. Keep an eye down here. If I try to change it, it says nope, you can't do it. It's locked. Now the picture, I can't. There's no picture on Roz's. But if I go to Mike's, we already put a picture in before we locked it. So now I can click on it and view the picture. We did the same with my card. We can click on it and view the picture. And also that seats button that we had before, we can't change that because we can't change the names. We can't change the icons. Everything's completely fixed, but people can look at the results. So it's kind of handy to do that. And that's the end of the video. So in part 4, I'm going to show you how to load tournaments and also how to use features to filter and stuff like that. So thanks a lot. Bye.